I'm a disgruntled Eagles fan, and we're awesome.
Hey Disgruntled, this is a Eagles-Panthers recap video in which I'm going to be recapping the past game, and boy oh boy, what a game. What a crazy game to witness. Both teams played very terrible, but somehow the Eagles put it out of their ass to play better than the Panthers. Both sloppy ball. This is probably the sloppiest game that I've watched in a while from both sides of the football. Panthers should have strung it together somehow and find some offense, but Sam Darnold just couldn't get anything going. I think we held Sam Darnold to under 100 yards passing, which is really good. Not really good because Sam. It's not like Sam Darnold is like a Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. No, I lied. We held him under 200 yards. He had 177 yards passing, and we remain at the top or one of the top teams in pass defense. If it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott, we would be number one. They just were able to pass all over us. But take that what you want. We do good against bad teams like we're supposed to. It makes me a little fearful for the rest of the season when we actually play Tom Brady, Dak Prescott again, and actual good offenses that can go down the field. Whereas Carolina Panthers, our defense was able to stop them and stall them. And we were able to force 3 interceptions, which is really good. Darius Slay had a game. He had 2 interceptions. That's his best game as an Eagle, and before that, he's been on the Eagles for about a year and a couple weeks. But during that time frame, he only had 1 interception, and he doubled that in a singular game against the Panthers, which is really promising to see. And Nelson, our new pickup that we got like a couple weeks before the season, Steve Nelson from the Steelers, he also got pretty much the game-winning interception, and it allowed the offense to run out the time. This is not like a high-powered offense. We were able to stop DJ Moore, like really stop him. I think he only had under 100 yards, so we were able to stop their top receiver, and a top receiver in this league. We only held him for 42 yards, which is crazy. He's a top 5, maybe top 5 receiver, but he's definitely a top 10 receiver in this league, and we were able to stop him for 42 yards, which is really good. He's been averaging 100 yards. He had 113 against the Cowboys, 126 against the Texans, and then 79 against the Saints, and then 80 against the Jets. But he's still a really good receiver, 3 total touchdowns, and we were able to stall him. Our defense played really good, but our play calling on that offensive side needs to step up, and play calling in general, because it's absolute bullshit. I just don't understand the penalties. How are we making this many penalties, mistakes? We have 4 or 5 touchdowns called back this year alone based off of penalties alone, which is absolutely absurd. Like, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. That Devontae Smith, when it got called back because Watkins was like an illegal pick, I believe, or pass interference. We can't be making those simple mistakes, and if we weren't making those mistakes, then we would be winning a lot more games. We would have won the 49ers game. We would have at least made it close against the Cowboys. I don't think we would have won either way. It just overall, that was just a bad game. I don't think we would have won in any scenario against the Cowboys. But we would make it a little bit closer against the Chiefs and possibly win. I wouldn't say we would have beat the Chiefs, but if we had like 2 or 3 touchdowns called back because of penalties, I believe that we could have beat the Chiefs. If that wasn't the case, that would have drastically changed the tone of the game. I'm just not liking what I'm seeing out of the offense. They're taking too long to get heated. I love the performance in the fourth quarter. Give all the praise to Jalen Hurts. He was able to string the offense together, who's been struggling all that game, and frankly most of the year. He was able to get that offense, make a comeback. It was a crazy comeback, and actually get the win, get a couple touchdowns, and just beat a decent team in the Carolina Panthers. We improved to 2-3, and they improved to 3-2. This was a solid win. We just played sloppy. I know Jalen Hurts didn't have the best of games by any means, but he was able to string a win together, and that's all that matters. He was able to come back late in the game and actually do something, which is what good quarterbacks do. They fix their mistakes. When they're having a bad game, they're able to do a 180 and just flip the tide. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Jalen Hurts so far. He's still having some growing pains, but I think he's getting better. The more time he plays, he just needs some more reps, and it's not all on him, because Nick Sirianni is playing awful play calls. I don't know what he's thinking. He can't throw screens on every other play. It's not college. You can't do that. Once in a while, you can do it. Just go back, look at Andy Reid and what he does. Andy Reid is perfect at the screen. He knows when to play it. He knows how to call it. He knows the perfect block setup for it. He's the embodiment of the screen on when to execute it. And every time I watched the Eagles when Andy Reid was coaching us, he just had the amazing screenplay, and it was almost flawless every single time from what I remember. But it's not like he was calling it every other play. Nick Sirianni, you can call a screen on every other play. Sanders' issue. Sanders, I mean, I understand why they're not running him. He hasn't been able to pick up a lot of yards per carry, but we have to run Miles Sanders more. I know that we've been playing catch-up ball for most of the games this year, and we really haven't been able to actually establish a run game, but we just need to run more, and we need to get that going, because right now his total is 48 rushing attempts, 212 rushing yards. That's a 4.5 yards per carry for this season with Miles Sanders. That's like basically a Derrick Henry game. We just need to start running the ball a lot more. We can't be running it 2 times. Like, this is not how you win games in this league. We did give him the ball a little bit more. He went 11 attempts, 45 yards. That's a 4.1 average, but 18 was his long. He struggled during this game against big defenses, and it's sad to see. It's a weird position because he's not running the ball well, but it's not like he's getting many opportunities to actually run the ball with any steam. I'm going to wrap this up. I think it was a solid game. Devontae Smith played really well. The defense played out of their mind. 3 interceptions. Defense is doing what they need to do to win, and our offense just needs to step up. Sirianni needs to step up. It was a great comeback win. I hate to say this, but it's looking like the Dallas Cowboys are going to run away with this division. I hate to say it, they're 4-1. That points for, they scored 170 points. Points against 117. So they're just absolutely decimating teams. I just don't see a way that we can beat Dallas, and let's just pray that it's a first round exit from the Dallas Cowboys, because I don't think Washington or obviously the Giants are going to be able to come up first in this division, and I think the Eagles have the best chance to, in the position that we are as of now, but I don't see any way that the Eagles can realistically beat the Cowboys and or get ahead, because we're already 2 or 3 games back from first place, and it's not a good seeding, it's not a good feeling. I hope Cowboys fall off this year somehow and start losing. I just need the Cowboys to start losing, but it was a sloppy game, but win's a win. Let's move on to the Bucks. I'm going to be releasing a short preview video tomorrow morning, so look out for that, and thanks for watching.